it's Ollie. Today I have a public service announcement, a PSA. Don't litter. I really thought we figured this one out a long time ago. Here's my story. I was watching the sunset like I do. Love a sunset. I was outside with my dog. And because I've started making videos, I was taking photos and videos. Gorgeous sunset. My dog noticed that there was a bird nearby, a great blue heron. And I've seen these around where I live. Audubon Field Guide says this about the great blue heron. Widespread and familiar, the largest heron in North America, often seen standing silently along inland rivers or lake shores, or flying overhead with slow wing beats. But it was weird because this one wasn't moving. It was just sort of staying chill in some trees. That's fine. Bird can do whatever it wants to do. But I wanted to potentially get a picture of it, flying off. Because I know that can make a good photo. I mused about the patience of nature photographers. But I didn't have that patience. And I went back inside. This morning I get up and take the dog out. And I read this self-help advice that getting sunlight first thing in the morning is really good for you. So as often as I can, I try to follow my dog outside in my pajamas. And my dog noticed the bird was still there. I don't think that's normal for a great blue heron to spend 12 hours in the same spot. Not an expert on birds. That didn't seem right. I wasn't really sure what to do. I'm in a group chat with some neighbors. I always like the idea of knowing my neighbors. And I want the local scoop. How do you get into a group chat with neighbors in 2024? I joined the HOA. HOAs get a bad rep, but kind of like an extracurricular activity for grown-ups. They gave me a number to call a wildlife rescue. And then the wildlife rescue told me to call local animal control who could come and pick up the bird. I went back outside. I tried to follow it from a distance to try to not bother it, but keep an eye on it to help animal control once they did arrive. They caught it. I don't know how they did it. They had a net and a bag. Well, they were super nice. They told me that it was tangled up in fishing line.
Got fishing line wrapped around his wing and his foot. So hopefully he's okay.
Loaded it up into this van. Said they were going to take it to the wildlife people. I have a case number with the wildlife rescue who is taking care of the bird, and I'll be able to follow up with. She wanted me to make sure I passed on to my neighbors that everybody take better care of their fishing line. I don't happen to be an angler, but I do enjoy the lake for recreation, and I try to keep up my trash when I'm out there. Empty beer can. So yeah, don't litter. Used to scare the crap out of us with our 6-packs. The plastic rings. Raise your hand if you still cut those with scissors before you throw them in the trash. More recently, it was straws and turtles. That's what taught us that plastic ends up in the ocean. And they weren't wrong because now we have the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a gyre of marine debris particles. Researchers from the Ocean Cleanup Project claim that the patch covers 1.6 million square kilometers. The same 2018 study found that while microplastics dominate the area by count, 92% of the mass of the patch consists of larger objects which have not yet fragmented into microplastics. Some of the plastic in the patch is over 50 years old and includes items and fragments of items such as plastic lighters, toothbrushes, water bottles, pens, baby bottles, cell phones, plastic bags, and nurdles. It's a nurdle. Plastic pellet pollution is a type of marine debris originating in the plastic particles that are universally used to manufacture large-scale plastics. In the context of plastic pollution, these pre-production plastic pellets are commonly known as nurdles. Pellet loss can occur during both manufacturing and transport stages. When released into the open environment, they create persistent pollution both in the oceans and on beaches. About 230,000 tons of nurdles are thought to be deposited in the oceans each year, where they are often mistaken for food by seabirds, fish, and other wildlife. Due to their small size, they are notoriously difficult to clear up from beaches and elsewhere. That stinks. Controversial opinion. I don't know how much of the environmental cleanup is an individual responsibility. I think the power that governments and corporations have can make such a bigger difference. That's why I like seeing fast food chains offering plant-based food. I think that's the kind of changes that's going to take. I think making people individually feel guilty about their personal habits is really going to make the change that the ecosystem needs to sustain human life. That's just me. Let's all do our best. Back in the 2000s, I used to write a weblog. Now I have a YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. Bye.